Hello guys, Isaac Frank here. Welcome back. In this series, I will teach you Solidity, which is a programming language for developing smart contracts on various blockchain platforms, most notably the Ethereum network, so as to enable you to become a blockchain developer. This tutorial doesn't really require any additional software to get started, as we'll be using an online IDE called Remake. Also, you don't need to know anything or much about blockchain or what a smart contract is in order to follow along with this tutorial, as this tutorial is basically made for beginners. Before we dive right into this video, I'll really appreciate it if you like this video, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and turn on the post notification to stay updated with this series. What really is Solidity? Solidity is an object-oriented, high-level language for implementing smart contracts. Smart contracts are programs that govern the behavior of accounts within the Ethereum state. So Solidity was influenced by C++, Python, and JavaScript, and it's designed to target the Ethereum visual machine. Solidity is statically typed, meaning when declaring a variable, you have to declare a data type, and it supports inheritance, libraries, and some other stuff. With Solidity, you can create contracts for uses such as voting, crowdfunding, blind auctions, and multi-signature wallets. Remember when I mentioned Remake, the online Solidity IDE? Well, let me explain. Remake is a website that allows you to write Solidity smart contracts in your browser. It allows you to compile and deploy this smart contract to the Ethereum blockchain, and this is the IDE we'll make use of throughout this series. This is the home page, and it accepts two kinds of languages, the Solidity language and the Viper. The Viper is based on Python, but in this tutorial we'll make use of the Solidity language. You can close this. Over here is the editor. Here's where we'll write our Solidity codes. Over here is the file explorer, where we create our file here, which is this, the first icon, and this is the compiler tab where we set our compiler. Here's the deploy and run transactions. Here's where we deploy our contract and load our contracts, and here's where the deployed contract shows, and we can interact with our contract here. And this is our accounts. Is the gas limit we set, and this environment, let me quickly explain this. This environment drop down menu is we'll be using the JavaScript VM. What this does is create an Ethereum blockchain in our browser. We can use the injected Web3, which uses the MetaMask, and it interacts with the blockchain. And we can use the Web3, which will connect to an outside provider, also deploys to the main blockchain. Enough talking, let's start coding. Going back to the file explorers, we can see this icon to add a new file. We can see this to publish to our GitHub, and we can also see this to import files from our system, just like so. So clicking on this, we're trying to create a new file. Solidity extension is ended with a sol or SOL. I'll name this a hello world program. You can see the file appears here, and the first thing when creating a Solidity smart contracts is to define the compiler we're making use of, and this is done with this stuff right on the screen. And here is where you choose the compiler using the caret sign. Specify that you're using a particular compiler. So if I do this, so what it does is telling this framework to use Solidity compiler 0.6.8. so if you want to use a lesser compiler, you can simply specify it this way, or if you want to use a compiler between two versions, this can be done like so: 0.4.24. Understand? What this tells the remix is to use a compiler between 0.4 to 0.8, but in this tutorial I'll be using the recent version, which is 0.6. Next we are going to do is start writing our smart contract. So next we are going to create our smart contract. A smart contract, think of a smart contract as a code that gets executed on a blockchain. Smart contracts are open sourced, meaning anyone can have access to the smart contract. They can execute our functions, they can read and write to this contract, and they can access the source code of our contract. Back to our editor, let's create a smart contract. To do this, we'll use the contract keyword and a name for the contract, which will name hello world. Think of this contract as a class in other languages. This declares our contract, and then I'll quickly declare a variable here. Remember when I said Solidity is a statically typed language, meaning for every variable we have to set a data type for it. So to do this, I'll create a variable of type string, and I'll name this creator. Next, I'll create a getter and setter function. So to do that, to create a function in Solidity, I'll simply call the function, name of the function, I'll name this get. And then there are a few things we need to add. We need to add the visibility, we need to add the type of function, and we need to add a return statement. Then is the visibility, I'll make this public, and the type of function, I'll make this view. Don't worry, we'll cover this in other videos. But what this means is that this function is only a read-only function. It doesn't modify the state of the contract. And we need to find a return type, which is string from the memory. This simply is the storage where to pick the function from. And don't worry, in future videos we'll cover storage. So we're going to return a string from this memory. Next is to return the greeting variable. Basically, this function, once called, it returns whatever is this. Next, we need to define a setup function. We'll name this set. It takes a parameter, a string. We'll name this greet, and make it to be public so it can be called from anywhere. And in here, I want to set the greeting variable to equal whatever the user passes. So we created a variable, we named this greetings. We created a function that returns this variable, the value of the variable, and we created a function that changes the value of this variable. Let's talk about constructor. So we kind of want to initialize this variable to equal something at the start of this project. To do that, we'll define a constructor. The constructor is the first piece of code that runs once you deploy a contract. To do that, we use the constructor keyword, which is like so, and we make it public. So in here, we simply set greeting to equal, let's call this hello world. I think we're done with this project. Set a variable, declare a constructor to initialize the variable, get the variable, and change the variable. So now we need to compile the code and deploy it. If we go to the compile tag, you can click on here to compile it, but I have auto compile enabled, so if I make a change, watch, it compiles automatically. It helps develop faster since the workflow will be a bit faster. You don't have to keep coming here to compile your code. Next is the deploy tab. In here, we're choosing JavaScript environment, and it generates accounts for us with fake headers. Ethereum is based on headers, so every contact, every transaction you make, you'll be charged for it. So I'll choose this. you set a gas limit. We'll talk about this in other videos. And here a list of your contracts, and I just have one contract, which is the hello world contract, which you say here. And then we have to deploy this. As you can see, it appears down here. Once we click on this, we'll see our set function and the getter function, which we defined in the smart contract. Calling the get function should return the variable which will return this value. So let's try if our code works. As you can see, it turns a hello world. And let's try changing this code. Let's say change to and click on the set variable, and we'll try getting it. As you can see, the value is changed. And maybe you observed something down here. Down here, once we click on any function, once we call a function, something will appear. Alright, let me explain what's going on right here. This is a list of transactions that are occurring on the Ethereum blockchain, except in our case is a test Ethereum blockchain. The Ethereum blockchain is made up of bundles of records that chain together into blocks to make up the blockchain. So for every transaction you send, just think of this as a website and this as a keylogger. So for every request you send to this mail website, it logs it. So if we send a request, if we call a function, it logs it here and it tells you what happened. A call to hello.get. We made a call to the get function of hello world contract, and if you click on it, it tells you the from, who sent the transaction, the transaction receipts. It lists stuff for you, and in future videos we'll understand this better. And it decode the output, which is hello human. So you can see whatever transaction you send, it returns a receipt for the transaction. If we were on the main Ethereum, we could search for this receipt on the Ethereum blockchain, and then we could find this particular transaction. Congratulations, you just wrote your first smart contract. Hope you find this video helpful and interesting. If you did, kind of like this video and consider subscribing to my channel for more future contents and new videos on the series. Until next time, thanks for watching.